Hi team, how are we doing? So we are on to week 2. We're on day 9. Yesterday we focused all on the quads. Today we're going to do the opposing muscles. We're going to do those hammies. So most likely we're going to do hamstrings running down towards the calves. We are going to use a combination of our static stretches. So dynamic, static. We're going to bring the foam roller in. Also we're going to bring that lacrosse ball in. Okay? So make sure you've got these out ready. Make sure you've got somewhere nice you can sit down. Probably recommend to have some sort of soft, like pillows and soft to put your knees on in case we need to. Actually, we do need to do that, so make sure it's nearby. Right, let's get the timer going. 10 seconds. We are just going to start with a nice dynamic stretch of the hamstrings, feet forwards, and we're just going to bring our body weight through and then back, through and then up. Nice and easy. Warming those hamstrings up, and just like I always say, it's best to be a bit warm to go into stretching and cold. So if you've got time, give this one a pause, a few minutes, out of the day, 9 minutes to be exact. Keep it going.
10 seconds.
From there, we're going to take the feet wide. And we're going to do our seated straddle dynamically, forwards and back, forwards and back. Each time, just try and get a little bit further forwards. Give yourself a target. Aim for it and just try and get a little bit further, millimeters each time more. So for our next stretch, we're going to go into a hip one. It's all connected, so we're going to make sure those hips are nicely stretched out before we really work into those hamstrings. So we're going to cross the legs, lean it forwards, and again dynamically, forwards and back. We are going to swap over our legs at the halfway marker. Go for the switch, switch the legs, and then just stretching it through and back. This is the first time we've introduced dynamic stretches in this mobility series. It is a great tool to make sure everything's nice and warm before we stretch it intensely. Next we're going to lie ourselves down on the back. From there we're taking the knee up, so we're going to grab the hamstring, and then from there we're going to bring that foot up and then back down. So just dynamically stretching that hamstring, bring it in and out of that range of movement. We are going to swap over to the other side. Now, bring it up. So,
10 seconds.
For our next stretch, we are going to bring it back onto our front. We're going to put one foot forward, one foot back, and then from there, we're going to isolate one hamstring, taking our body weight forwards, and from there, we're bringing that toe back and forwards, back and forwards. So we're still dynamically stretching our hammies here. Because this is a fantastic stretch, Not that they're not all great, but this one is definitely one we're going to stay in for longer. So 4 minute for this one. You'll notice is when you bring that toe back, you're going to feel a much more intense pull down the back of the leg. Right, we'll swap over sides.
10 seconds.
Swap over legs, get ourselves in position, and then from there, toe comes back and forwards. Back and forwards. We're going to spend that 4 minute in this position. And I think after this one, our hamstrings are definitely prepped and primed to get some thorough static stretching done. Right, we're going to transition up. We're going to go both feet together. And we're going to reach it through. And now we're going to hold ourselves in this position. We're not looking to try and curve that back too much, so if you can get that back straight, that is what we're looking for. We're not looking to completely round it off, because that's not going to stretch where we want. We need to try and keep that back straight to stretch those hamstrings as straight as possible. We're going to hold this one for 30 seconds, and all we're going to do now is bring the toes back for 30 seconds. And if you can, fingers on toes. So if you do a lot of running or cycling, this is one muscle that can definitely tighten up through repetitive movements, like cycling movements. So these stretches are great to try and maintain your flexibility in your hamstrings and your calves. From there, we're now going to isolate, so we're going to bring one foot in, we're going to keep one foot out, and then from there, reaching it through. So we're going to do 30 seconds, that toe pointed, and then 30 seconds, that toe back. Who's feeling a difference from these sessions yet? So going into week 2, I'm so glad we started week 1. Massive difference in my flexibility already. And you know what? Also pain and discomfort in certain joints, I feel already I've improved. Knees particularly, where one of my knees used to click quite regularly, it hasn't clicked. And I swear it's because of my tight quads. So yesterday stretching session definitely did wonders in that. So we're now going to switch over to the other side, see how this side compares. So we're pointing the toe, reaching through, holding that there. So 30 seconds toe pointed, and here we go, 30 seconds with that toe back. Oh, a big difference there. I can really get my whole hand on that leg, on that foot, sorry. 15 seconds. Oh.
10 seconds.
And then one more time, we're going to go both legs out, pointing those toes, reaching through. 30 seconds, toe pointed, and 30 seconds with the toes back. We have quite fluffy socks on today, my winter socks. It is rather chilly in here. However, that workout I've just done, so the 9-minute workout for today, bodyweight run, gets you hot quick. Right, bringing those toes back.
Halfway there.
Feel those calves. And what is best to do with this is not to kind of like yank it back with your hands. You want to relax those calves. You want to think, right, use your muscles to get those toes back. It's these muscles here you want to use. Bring those toes back, and effectively that's going to stretch. The hands are just there to lock it in.
10 seconds.
Next, we're going to use the foam roller. Getting that foam roller out. Hamstring lifted, down, and then back. Just trying to relax that hamstrings. We'll do that. We'll do a little bit of compression now. So we've done a 30-second roll, and we're now going to slow it down, find an niggly bit, and then place more weight. So we'll do a bit of compression. All we're doing is lifting that body weight up, so it presses down the roller, and from there we roll it out. Find another bit. Weight goes down, press, and if you're okay with that, you just move it. We're going to hold it in position just for a couple of seconds each time. So switching over legs. Just a quick roll out. 30 seconds of a roll. 30 seconds of compression. And right from there, we'll slow it right down. We're going to place a bit more weight on, and we're just going to hold it
Halfway there.
in positions we feel is tighter than others, just for a few seconds. And then you roll on. Oh, roll on, get the pun. Here we go.
10 seconds.
So now we are going to go back on to that other side, so we're going to do this twice through. Twice through. Now, because we're nice and warm, we're going to try and put a bit more weight on, and we're going to stick to that. Very slow. Find a place, hold it for a few seconds, and then move on. Oh, there we go. There's the tender bits.
Halfway there.
Go for that full minute this time. And you can also move your positions from like kind of side to side as well to locate.
10 seconds.
Right, switching over. Putting that weight straight on. Whoa. Straight away, that is feeling sensitive. Oh. Just hold it for a couple of seconds and then moving on. So we're going to go all the way down and then back up.
Halfway there.
Bit of a workout for the arms of this one as well. So next we're going to move on to those calves.
10 seconds.
Just running it up and then back down. Slowing it right down. This one we don't usually need as much pressure down on those calves. We can kind of get in there quite easily. Smaller muscle, but generally they take a bigger pounding. The calves then the hamstrings and quads usually do without realising it.
Halfway there.
So it's very sore down towards that psoas. So I'm using a combination of, so now you can kind of mix up. So just spend, this is, however you want to spend your time, you spend your time. If you want to do it quickly, do it quickly. If you want to do it slowly, do it slowly. If you want to do some compression, you do some compression. It's all about learning these different techniques and then applying them to how you feel you need to apply them for today. Some days are going to be different than others. For me right now, oh God, this all the way up and down. Here we go. Needs attention. Wherever you feel tension is needed, we're going to deliver it. And also, you can pause this video and you can spend a bit longer rolling the calves out. We're only going to do a minute each side with the foam roller. But if you feel like you need to pause, just pause. I ain't going anywhere. Pause it, spend a bit more time, and then hit play when you're ready to continue. We've only got a few more minutes left anyway. So we are going to move on to the ball
10
next,
seconds.
and I like to take my shoes off for this one. So again, pause it if you need to. And then my cross ball goes in, and we're going to start the top of the calf. We're going to do nice big circle movements. Just trying to hit as many muscle fibres as we can. Trying to relax that foot forward as well, pointing that toe. So do 30 seconds up here. Again, up and down, left to right, and then 30 seconds down towards that Achilles, further down to psoas. And then, like, you're either going to go up and down, left to right. You can do circle movements. You can slow it down. You can speed it up.
10
You
seconds.
can press it down for compression. Right, over to the other side. When it comes to stretching, when it comes to stuff like this, you can't really spend too long. I mean, you can if you're spending hours doing it, but you're gonna, it's almost like a workout. So what you're doing right now is you're working those calves, and they're gonna get sore, they're gonna get uncomfortable. When they get too sore, you just ease off. And you just let them recover for a couple of days, and then you go back in. It's just like a workout. It's like if you do too many squats one day, it's going down the bottom. Do these too many squats one day, perhaps don't do too many squats the next day. Let your body recover. Right, to finish up, we're going to come standing.
10 seconds.
And we're going to cut my head off here. We're going to just do the foot to finish. We're going to treat those feet kindly. Especially if you're out there doing more runs than usual or more walking. We really want to get into the arch of the foot, the ball of the foot, and also back on that heel. The entire sole of your foot, we want to roll out those muscles. Some places, it's going to almost feel like bubble wrap, especially the arch of your foot.
Halfway there.
So if you're flat-footed, it's a good place to definitely spend some extra time. It's like me, flat-footed. Right.
10
Switch
seconds.
feet. And then, yeah, put some weight down into it. Roll it out.
Last round.
Focus on the arch, the ball, the heel. You can do up and down movements, side to side, circle, or a bit of compression, pressing down if you feel particularly sore spot. Another thing you can do is you can press down until you whack that intensity up to about an 8, and then just give it some time there. Let it die down a bit, that stretch.
Halfway
Just
there.
put trigger points in, and then you can kind of get further into that muscle. So it sounds quite weird, but if you apply pressure to a muscle, it actually relaxes the muscle. It doesn't relax if you tense up though, you've got to relax with it.
10 seconds.
Right team, final 10 seconds. Have a little roll out. And there we go, another 20-minute mobility session done. Like I said, if you want to spend some more time working on bits where you felt were quite tight and perhaps need some more work done on them, then free to do that, off you go. But if not, I will see you tomorrow, and have a great day, guys.